All right, today is a red letter day in my world of beer reviews. Why? Well, if you've been following the saga, I have not had a goblet in my possession in a long time, a chalice, if you will, and I finally went out and got myself a goblet. This is years in the making, so this is a nice Chimay goblet. Ding ding. It probably retails for a couple of dollars. You can find it at thrift stores for about $1. And it took me about T-minus, I'm guessing before my first was born. So 6 years or so to get one. Just chalk that up to hadn't gotten around to it yet. So we're going to be reviewing this beer from Great Lakes Brewing Company from Cleveland, Ohio. Our old friend Great Lakes. This will be our 11th review of a Great Lakes brew. And it is their Christmas ale. Never had this one before, so I'm looking for another Christmas in a bottle. This is a winter warmer, and it is the number 6 ranked, winter warmer on Beer Advocate. So that's quite a prestigious rank, number 6 of all time. So we're looking for that malty sweetness. Of course, we did that Fatheads Brewery winter warmer, which I really liked. As you know, you saw the, I believe, a review or two ago. So we're looking for cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, just Christmas in a bottle. They usually go in between 5.5% and 8%, IBUs between 35 and 50, and we're supposed to serve them in this glass, a goblet, or a chalice, whatever you want to call it. If you're a king, you would probably most likely call it a chalice. If you were a peasant like me, you would call it a goblet. So a little bit of notes on the brewery that I didn't get to definitely the first time I talked about the brewery, because some things happened, or one thing happened, I guess, in general that was kind of a neat, neat story. Since then, my first review, I believe, was 2011, so it was a long time ago. It's 2020 this year. So when the Cavaliers won the 2016 NBA championship, it was the first championship that a Cleveland team had won in 52 years. So, what did Great Lakes Brewery do to celebrate? Well, they brought back a Belgian-style wit beer that I believe was first introduced in 2015, called Wit Till Next Year. Wit beer, wit till next year, wait till next year, as many of the Cleveland sports teams had to do for 52 years. Well, the Cavs won, and that beer was, you didn't really need to name it that anymore. So they brought it back, and they called it The Wit Is Over. See what they did there? It was very clever. So that's my little update on Great Lakes Brewing Company. For the history of Great Lakes, you can see my original video on it, which I believe was Elliot Ness. I think Elliot Ness was the first beer that I reviewed from Great Lakes. So we have this beer, their Christmas ale. Of course, a Christmas seasonal, comes out in November. 7.5% ABV, so on that upper end of the winter warmer scale. 30 IBUs, which is actually on the low end. It's actually not even on the usual 35 to 50 range. It's below that. Award-winning beer as well. It's a 6-time medal winner since 1999 at the World Beer Championships. They won gold, they won silver a number of times. And according to the description on the website, it says, do not open until Christmas? Well, come on. Whoever coined that phrase obviously hasn't tasted Christmas ale's fresh honey, cinnamon, ginger flavors. As far as the malts go, they use Harrington 2-row, wheat, crystal 45, special roast, and roasted barley. For hops, they use Mount Hood and Cascade. And the special ingredients are the aforementioned honey, ginger, and cinnamon. For the beer, it was actually one of the first brewed of its kind. It was brewed back in 1992, which that was a year that craft brewing had maybe just kind of gotten thought of. So Christmas ales and winter warmers really weren't on anyone's mind back in 1992, but they took a chance with this one, brewed it, and here we are today. They say the Christmas ale remains a celebrated brew steeped in warm memories and nostalgia. Each year, guests line up around the block to taste the first pints of the season at the Brew Pub's annual Christmas Ale First Pour event. So we're going to do our first pour, and this will be literally my first taste of this beer. I've never had it. I can tell you confidently that I've never had it. Seen it on the shelves. There's the label, by the way. You see a train full of Christmas ornaments, the red balls that you hang on the tree. And we pour into this goblet and see what we get here. Yeah, we get that very dark, maybe not too dark, but a very brown color pour. Almost no head, almost zero on this beer. Very, very easy pour into the goblet, as you can see. Can see through it as well. A little bit of a red tinge on it, almost like a Mad Elf quality. Saw my Mad Elf review. It's not a Belgian strong ale, however. It's a winter warmer. So let's get the aroma now for Christmas ale from Great Lakes. A little surprise. I'm getting a very, very subtle hint of nutmeg. A little bit of honey. But it definitely does not have much of an aroma to it. I'm kind of surprised by that. A little bit of cinnamon. But you have to really kind of put your nose almost to a point where you're snorting it up, which we don't want to do. Yeah, very, very faint aroma. Very surprising. Let's get the taste now of Christmas ale. Weird. So I'm getting a little bit of the nutmeg. My initial taste, though, is going to be weird. Very complex. All right, how do I word this? This might be one of the strangest critiques I'd ever give a beer. At the front of the tongue, when it first goes down to me, it tastes like shampoo. I'm gonna be completely honest. It tastes like a Head and Shoulders almost, which is not good. But then you get a little bit of the cinnamon and nutmeg in the middle of the tongue, and at the end, the aftertaste is really great. It's weird. I'm getting it again. I'm just getting a taste of shampoo, of Head and Shoulders, Selsun Blue, that kind of shampoo taste to it. I don't know why or what it is, but I am getting that, and it's really weird, but it really is a great aftertaste. You really think that you had something with, it might be the ginger, I don't know. Very strange. I really don't know how to rate this beer. I'm going to try one more taste. Do I taste Christmas in a bottle? At the end, I do. In the beginning, I taste shampoo. In the middle, I taste a little bit of that cinnamon nutmeg, almost like the aroma of the beer. And at the end, it's a very pleasant, somewhat bite to it. However, that initial taste is really strange and not something that I'd really want to go for. So I'm going to go ahead and give Christmas Ale from Great Lakes Brewing Company, I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. I'm actually shocked, considering this is a winter warmer that's ranked number 6 on the scale. Best enjoyed by 2/16/20. It's currently Valentine's Day of 2020, so it's at the end of that range, but it's 7.5%, so it should still be good with 2 days out. But yeah, is anyone else getting the shampoo taste? Am I the only one who's getting a Head and Shoulders-ish? I mean, come on. There had to be once in your life where you accidentally swallowed shampoo in the shower. Maybe not swallowed it, but maybe you had it in your mouth. Dripping down, maybe. Kind of tastes like that a little bit for me. Maybe not for you, but for me. So 5.5 out of 10 for Christmas Ale. Appearance-wise, not any head on the beer either, which is strange to me, being not a gigantically high ABV beer. And the look is pretty decent, however. Aroma, as I mentioned before, not really prevalent. 5.5 out of 10.